What is going on, everybody? Long time no see. It's been a while since the last video, quite a few months I believe at this point, but the fall is coming and I want to get back into making some videos for you guys this fall and winter and spring. So we're going to address some issues with my truck, or just like things that I want to upgrade. Been kind of wanting to upgrade for a long time, and fortunately been blessed lately. Things have been going well financially, and I think I'm gonna got some money to play with, and I'm gonna tackle a couple of those things. So this is a 2013 Ram 1500. This was what I do all my truck camping, you know, traveling in. It's been a pretty good truck to me overall. I think the only really major thing that I've fixed on it in the entire time that I've had it is it had a bad ignition switch, and it also had, I think, the emergency brake cable got like rusted, I don't know, something. It got rusted so that it wouldn't, like, if you engaged it, it wouldn't disengage. And I got that fixed, but I believe that it's doing it again. I used it the other day and I couldn't get it to go off. I had to like step on it really hard to get it to come loose. Anyway, it's been a pretty good truck overall. Haven't had too many issues with it, but there's a lot of things that are going on with it that are like things that are kind of just pesky, like nuisances, but not really. I haven't felt that they're worth spending the money to fix up until now. I'm not a mechanic by any means. Like, I can change oil and stuff like that. I've done brakes before with you know, some assistance, but very novice in my mechanical abilities. So basically whenever I do anything, it's done by a shop typically. I'd like to start learning how to do some more of that stuff myself, but as of right now, we don't really know too much, so it's always much more expensive for me to do everything myself. So that's why I haven't really done a whole lot to the truck so far. Run you through a couple of those like pesky things. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can. This mirror, both of the side mirrors, this one doesn't fold in automatically. There's like a little button in there, and automatically it's supposed to fold in. This one doesn't. The other one does still work most of the time, but it's slow, so I'm thinking it's gonna go out. So this is probably something I'm gonna get fixed, because as you can see, I don't even know if it's legal to really be driving around like this, but it's got like these weird little like squiggly lines all around it, and it's like purple all the way around the mirror, and then it just kind of like breaks off into these little squiggly lines. I don't really know what that's like. I don't really know what that is, but it's on both sides. There is condensation that's like permanently there now in this front headlight, and also in the driver's side rear tail light. I'm not sure if you can see that in the red, but you can probably see it in the white here. I was thinking about just cleaning them out. Evidently there's some kind of little clips or something in here that get stuck shut, and it prevents it from like, you know, air getting in there to kind of dry up some of that stuff. But I was talking about one buddy who's a mechanic, and you know, he of course he would tell me this, right? But he doesn't want me to do it at his shop or anything, but he's like, dude, I would honestly, as old as they are, he said, I'd just replace them, because it could be those little clips, but the seals are probably bad and all that kind of stuff as old as the truck is. So he said for the cost that they are, he said you're better off just replacing them and getting new stuff. So yeah, that's the headlights and tail lights. There's a leak. Looks like there's a leak. This is not something I'm gonna get fixed, but just figured I'd point it out in case any of you guys thinking about buying an old Ram or anything. But it does look like there's some water leakage in this rear passenger seat up there. I don't really know that it's anything dangerous. I don't think it's gotten like worse or anything like that in a while, but definitely some kind of leakage there. There's also a leak in the cap. I think I've told you guys that before in previous videos. It's like, I believe it's coming right from, oh, my reflectix fell down. I believe it's coming from like right in that back passenger side corner. I believe it's leaking through there, but we are gonna be hopefully fixing that issue today. Could be coming from a couple different places, but if it's where I think it's coming from, we got one of these like double bubble weather stripping things for the cap. So hopefully that'll fix the issue there. If not, then it could be coming from that little window, I guess, in the back, but we'll see. The step bars, passenger side set motors are fine, but the driver's side ones, you can see even this back one, it's like starting to come up a little bit, and this one has come completely off. There's like little clips that hold it in, they've all broke off. So I got my you know, handiwork there with the little zip ties holding it in. And also I feel like, you know, I'm not the lightest weight dude in the world, but I feel like from years and years of standing on this thing, it's kind of like bent a little bit. You probably can't see it, but when I get up on it, I feel like maybe it's getting rusted to the point where it's getting like weak, and these things feel like they're starting to bend a little bit. So I don't know, I might just take those off. I know I'd have a little more ground clearance with those, but or with those off, but I'm not a very tall guy, so it might be a pain in the ass to get up into the truck without them. So I'm not really sure about that yet. This one's my own fault, not anything of Ram's doing, but got backed into a tree. This thing does not have backup cameras, which I'm going to be solving that tomorrow, actually. I'll tell you more about that. So I backed up into a tree that I did not see when I was backing up to take the trash to the dump, and I got that little nick right there, which you can see the metal's rusted, and then that, ironically, that little guiding thing was already there before that big dent was right on top of it. So it just must have been fate. But yeah, it's dented in a little bit right there. I'll probably, I don't know, I might get a new one of those. I'm not really sure. I can still step up one here, but it's not as wide as this one. So I don't know, I might replace that. Not really sure if I'm gonna go through with that or not. Probably, oh, I guess I said there's only a couple things that went wrong with the truck since I've had it, but I just actually got fixed an issue, which was potentially, I was thinking about selling the truck, because these Hemis, evidently they have an issue where they make like a ticking noise, and it can either be the lifters or it can be the exhaust manifold bolts that have like either like fell out or gotten bad or gotten loose, and you can hear like the exhaust coming out of it between the exhaust manifold and the engine block, and it makes like a tapping sound. Luckily for me, it was the exhaust manifold bolts, so they've been replaced. I'm getting this fixed tomorrow. I'm getting a Stinger HEIGH 10. I think it's a 10-inch touch screen, you know, navigation and all that kind of stuff. It has like there's like an optional chip that you can buy, so it has, I think, like, I don't know if it's GPS maps or something like that. But I went ahead and got that just for shits and giggles. Probably never really use it, but it was like 150 bucks, and I was like, well, from somewhere with no cell service might be a nice option to have. A lot of people do not opt for it, but I did. This thing, so like, this is the Ram Uconnect, I think it's 5 inches or 5.4 inches, something like that. It still works. I can still hook my phone up to it and, you know, play my music on Pandora and all that kind of stuff, but this screen does not work correctly. Like, it's supposed to be gray. This is like in, I don't know, it's like a DOS or something like that, but this is supposed to be all gray, and it has like buttons, like where this 93.5, there's like a square there, and it's all gray, and there's like buttons down here that are missing. I bought the like the extended electronics warranty package, yada yada yada. It probably cost me a bunch of money, and I did let it go for a little while. I knew that there was an issue with it. Like, it's been like this for years, and so I took it up there to get it fixed, and they're like, oh yeah, we know about the, like, this is an issue that we know about, and it's documented and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh cool, so they're gonna fix it. And they're like, well, it's not something that we're gonna fix. And I was like, well, what about the extended electronics warranty? I'm pretty sure I paid like, I don't know, I want to say it was like 2,500 bucks, but I might be tripping. And they were like, oh, we didn't know you had that, let's check it out, da 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 da. So naturally they came back and they're like, oh yeah, that expired last month. And I'm like, of course it did. So they wanted to charge me like $800 and some to put a new one of these just little 5-inch whatevers in that evidently have issues that they know about and aren't willing to fix. So I was like, screw all that. I'm gonna spend, you know, a couple $100 more, and I'm gonna get the Stinger HEIGH 10, which is like double the size, and it's got all these crazy features. You can, I think it tells you like how much freaking horsepower you're putting out and all that. Probably stuff I'll never use, but it looks really cool. It'd be nice to have all my buttons there so I can actually know what I'm pressing. Like, for example, of how much a pain in the ass this thing is. If if I need to reset the time, which I'm not even sure if it's right now, like there's buttons here, like I said, but they're invisible. Like I can't see them. They still work if I touch them, but I just can't see them. So every time I need to change the clock for daylight savings and stuff, I have to literally go on YouTube and watch a tutorial of how to use this system and like try to fumble my way through without visible buttons. So it's fun. Plus, I'm getting a backup camera installed tomorrow, which like you saw earlier with the bumper, I could use a backup camera. We got the weather stripping on the truck. Can't really see it, but it's under there. There's pretty much no weather stripping on there before. So now the kind we got, like I said, it's that double bubble stuff. Probably about, I don't know, like an inch tall or something like that, but it's compacted down now because it's under the weight of this. But I do notice that it sticks up, I don't know, maybe about 1/4 of an inch higher than it used to. So we'll see how it holds up. Order a new set of clamps, still a little, like, I don't know if you can see that, but sprayed some silicone, had to put a little piece right here to get the bubble wrap or double bubble weather stripping to make a seal there, because basically there was this little piece here and then this piece here and there's nothing in between, so it wasn't going to make a seal. If the weather strip was just like laying across that, there still would have been like a little air gap underneath of it. So we kind of put that there on each side, and then we kind of did a little bit of weather sealing with some caulk. So we'll see. I haven't really had a chance to test to see if it works yet because it hasn't rained, but I got a bunch of groceries and stuff in here. But I mean, right back there is where the water usually pools at, and there's nothing there now, but I don't think it's rained since we put it on. So I don't know, we'll see if that works or not. But I went ahead and got another upgrade to the truck, and that is and I got another upgrade coming this weekend. So we upgraded the radio. We had the Uconnect, it's called a Ram 5500. It's a 5-inch Uconnect, was the factory one. We got the Stinger. I've heard good things about this. It looks great. It sticks out a little bit, but it looks, I don't know, it looks like it could have come from the factory that way. It's really nice. It's got, you know, I did get the one that has the optional iGo navigation chip or whatever. So I highly doubt I'll be anywhere where I really need something like that, but I figure it might be nice to have it if I am somewhere like that. But basically it's you don't have to have any like cell connectivity or anything like that. I guess it's just like a little chip that has like preloaded maps and stuff on it, and then I'm assuming that's what this little thing here is for. I don't know if it tracks you by like satellite or what, but it works. Not really, I don't know all the specifics of how it works, but it works. And then so I have, I can just hook up to Bluetooth. It does kind of suck because you do have to, if you want to use Android Auto, which is what I have, or Apple CarPlay, you do still have to tether it with this little bad boy right here. But it's not so bad. And then it's got all kind of cool stuff that my old one don't have, like my vehicle info. I can check out all my gauges and stuff like that. And it does have, I did get installed a backup camera, which is something that I never had before. So that's pretty cool. What is it showing me here? What is that? I guess maybe the camera got knocked down a little bit. I'm not really sure what that is up there, but yeah. So I got backup camera now, which is awesome because I've had 2 backup accidents, and I can track my performance stuff, which is cool. I did a 9.2 second 0 to 60 this morning, which is blazing fast, and I dare a Tesla Cybertruck to roll up on me with those speeds. Actually, maybe we'll do a little test run, because when I did the 9.2 second, so like I'm not going to take everything out of my car, but I'm gonna turn this off real quick. I have a lot going on in here. So when I did that, I had potentially a person in one of these, but for safety purposes, no. But I got, 2 car seats back here, my gym bag that always stays in here, all this camping stuff on both sides, like my all this stuff has got is full. Got a bunch of stuff inside the truck, and then all this stuff was in the back of my truck. So I've got like 4 of these tubs, a 5-gallon thing of water, my traction boards. There's like all kind of heavy stuff in these things. And then I actually had this cargo carrier and my trash can on there when I did it earlier. So I definitely think shedding, you know, a couple 100 pounds might make a difference. Actually, maybe we should go try that right now. I just started my truck, let it run for a little bit, let everything get warmed up. Took everything out of the back. Oh, my camera's falling. Took everything out of the back. Still have the cap on. I ain't going through all that. It's not that serious. But figured, see how much faster we can get that 0 to 60 time with just taking a couple 100 pounds of stuff out of the back and removing that cargo carrier and all. I don't know how much that thing weighs. Can't be good for the aerodynamics. But when I did the run before, that big huge pink trash can was empty, so it wasn't adding, like the actual trash wasn't adding too much weight. But I probably had like the AC on. I might have had the windows down, stuff like that. So we'll do all the race car stuff and turn all that, put all the windows up and turn the AC off and all that. And we'll see if we can get a couple tenths of a second or something out of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna ride around and see if I can find a straight road to do this on real quick. All right, I think we found a little spot. Let's try it out. No, we're coming up on a corner. Let's see. Did we change it? Oh yeah, bro. That's exactly what I said it was gonna be. 8.5 seconds. Your boy knows. Everybody always says I like bench racing a little too much, but I know what I'm talking about. All right, back home now. Well, that was pretty cool. I'm not even sure if I said it in the video, but I had just posted before I went out and did this that I wanted to retry it, taking all the stuff off on Facebook to one of my buddies. And I said, I think if I take everything off but the cap, which I'm not doing because it's a pain in the ass, if I take everything off or out of the back of the truck, 8.5 seconds. And that's what it ended up running. So yeah, I guess bench racing is worth something when you know a thing or two. But yeah, that was basically, don't know how to use my truck. That was basically just taking everything out of the back. It's all sitting here. And then obviously didn't have the trash thing on there like I did earlier. So pretty cool. 8.5 seconds, definitely not blazing the trail by any means. But I guess for a, you know, 6,500 pound truck that's got 100 and almost 10,000 miles on it with a bunch of shit still in the cab that I use every day, you know, not too bad. So getting a lot of things taken care of with the truck. Got the radio fixed, got the weather seal here, and I believe this weekend, if it doesn't fall through, I was actually supposed to buy one the week before I went on, or no, the day I came back from vacation. I was supposed to go buy a deck system for my truck, which, if you don't know what that is, basically it's like a platform that goes all the way across, and then it has little sliding drawers, 2 sliding drawers that come out, and you can put all your stuff in it. So I guess the theory would be all the stuff that's in these tubs, and maybe even some of the stuff that's like inside my truck, I can just put it in there, and then they have like little dividers so you can like sectionalize stuff and all that. And then I am assuming that the deck system just comes like right above where these wheel wells are. And then so I'll be getting, let's see, maybe I can find one of these lighter boxes. Thanks, Mike, for the portable toilet thingy. Let's see if this one's light or not. Hold on. Oh, okay. So just for reference, there's one of my boxes next to the wheel well. So it looks like, you know, I might be gaining, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 inches, kind of hard to tell from here, but definitely gaining some headroom with the deck system. And then I think the biggest benefit of it is that I don't have to, like, so right now you guys have seen it before. My bed sits on top of these 4 storage containers, and then which it's nice, it's comfortable and everything, and I actually kind of like having the height of it, because then I can kind of put my feet down here and like sit up on the edge of the bed, which I won't be able to do with the deck system because it goes all the way across, unless I build a little platform or something, which I'm not going to do. But I have to take the bed off and then like get into all these little boxes if I need something out of them, which is kind of a pain in the butt. And then like I have to bungee cord all these boxes in so they don't slide all around the truck and everything like that. So I think, you know, there'll be some disadvantages to the deck system over what I have going on now. Also, I won't be able to put anything that's taller in the deck boxes. I think they're like 10.5 inches tall or something like that. Or I'm sorry, not 10.5. I think they're 8.5 inches tall. So some of the stuff that's currently in these boxes, I will not be able to put in the decked boxes. But I think it's only like maybe a couple items, if any, really. Because like my heater and stuff, I know I was putting my heater in one of those boxes. But the heater is the only thing that I can think of that I was putting in the boxes that I won't be able to put in there now. And everything will be much more accessible. So I think it'll be good overall. Anyway, I guess this will be part 1 of my like addressing issues and upgrades for my overlanding truck camping rig, part 1. So yeah, hopefully the next step will be to get this deck system in this weekend, and then hopefully we'll start addressing some of these little like dumb issues with the truck that you know, aren't really like major problems or anything like that, but just annoyances that don't look good. So yeah, we'll get to that next time.